On December 5, 2025, the world's attention turned to Washington, D.C. for the FIFA World Cup draw. The city, already a symbol of power and diplomacy, was transformed into the epicenter of global sports and political intrigue. Anticipation filled the air as fans, journalists, and dignitaries from around the world descended on the U.S. Capitol, eager to witness a moment that would shape the future of football. The United States, co-hosting with Canada and Mexico, was set to celebrate football. But the night quickly shifted from sport to spectacle. What was meant to be a unifying celebration of the beautiful game soon took on a different tone, as the event's focus began to blur. The Kennedy Center, chosen for its cultural gravitas, became the backdrop for a political event centered on President Donald Trump. The venue's iconic architecture and storied history lent an air of importance, but also hinted at the merging of two powerful worlds, sports and politics. Instead of focusing on team pairings, the evening's true headline was the unveiling of a mysterious new award. Whispers rippled through the crowd as speculation grew about what, or who, would be honored on this global stage. The event, broadcast globally, blurred the lines between football and politics, transforming a routine draw into a stage for presidential celebration. Millions watched as the spectacle unfolded, unsure whether they were witnessing a sporting milestone or a political statement. Dignitaries, football legends, and political figures filled the hall, but the spotlight was fixed on Trump. His presence dominated the evening, overshadowing the athletes and teams who had gathered for the draw. The draw, usually a moment of unity for fans, became a test of football's ability to remain above politics. Some cheered, others watched in disbelief, as the boundaries between sport and statecraft seemed to dissolve before their eyes. The Kennedy Center's grandeur underscored the fusion of state power and sport. Its opulent halls, filled with the world's elite, became a symbol of how football can be used to project influence far beyond the pitch. As the world watched, the event's purpose became clear. This was less about football and more about honoring a controversial leader. The reactions were immediate and polarized, with some celebrating the spectacle and others questioning its motives. The night would spark debate about the integrity and neutrality of the world's most beloved sport. In the days that followed, conversations raged about whether football could truly remain a force for unity, or if it had become just another arena for political power plays. The entertainment was tailored for one man, President Trump, whose presence dominated the evening from the very first moment. Every detail, from the decor to the music, seemed orchestrated to reflect his tastes and persona, making it clear that this was no ordinary celebration. Seated high above the crowd in a lavish opera box adorned with the presidential seal, Trump was given a vantage point fit for royalty. The box itself gleamed with gold accents and plush velvet, a symbol of both power and spectacle. Andrea Bocelli opened the night with operatic gravitas, his soaring voice filling the hall and setting a tone of grandeur. The performance was both a nod to tradition and a signal that this event would be unlike any other in FIFA's history. Then, in a dramatic shift, the village people took the stage, performing YMCA, a playful, unmistakable reference to Trump's campaign rallies, where the song had become an unofficial anthem. The crowd's reaction was a mix of amusement and disbelief. The Kennedy Center, usually a temple of the arts, felt transformed, less like a FIFA event and more like a political rally, with bursts of applause and flag-waving that echoed campaign fervor. Football legends and FIFA officials went through the motions, but it was clear the production revolved around Trump's preferences. Their presence, while significant, seemed almost secondary to the spectacle unfolding around the president. Cameras lingered on his reactions, capturing every smile, nod, and gesture. The musical choices and stagecraft made the event feel unmistakably personal, as if the world was watching a private celebration broadcast on a global stage. The spectacle erased any pretense of neutrality, merging international sport with American political theater in a way that was both mesmerizing and controversial. The boundaries between celebration and campaign blurred before everyone's eyes. Fans who had come expecting football drama instead witnessed a surreal blend of campaign energy and global pageantry. Some looked on in awe, others in confusion, as the night unfolded in ways no one could have predicted. The focus on Trump set the stage for the night's main event, the unveiling of a never-before-seen award, a moment that promised to further entwine sport, spectacle, and politics. The line between FIFA and the host nation's political machinery had never been so blurred, leaving the world to wonder where the game ended and the showmanship began. The night's centerpiece was the debut of the FIFA Peace Prize, Football Unites the World. Created by FIFA president Gianni Infantino, the award was widely seen as a response to Trump's unfulfilled Nobel ambitions. Reports suggested the prize was conceived specifically for this moment, surprising even senior FIFA officials. Infantino's close relationship with Trump had grown throughout 2025, culminating in this public gesture. A glossy video praised Trump's diplomatic efforts, from the Abraham Accords to disputed peace claims elsewhere. The narrative painted Trump as a global peacemaker, despite ongoing controversies. The trophy, medal, and certificate mimicked the gravitas of the Nobel Peace Prize. By inventing this honor, FIFA stepped boldly into political endorsement, far beyond its traditional sporting role. The award was a powerful, polarizing statement about Trump's foreign policy and FIFA's willingness to play politics. The presentation was pure political theater. Infantino invited Trump on stage, presenting the gold trophy and medal with fanfare. "This is your peace prize," Infantino declared, urging Trump to wear the medal everywhere. Trump, beaming, donned the medal and launched into a campaign-style speech, touting his administration's achievements. He claimed credit for ending wars and revitalizing the nation, turning the ceremony into a personal victory lap. The audience applauded, but reactions outside the hall were sharply divided. Supporters saw validation, critics saw a troubling spectacle of political favoritism. The event felt orchestrated to boost Trump's image, using FIFA's global platform for political gain. The ceremony ended quickly, but its impact would reverberate far beyond the Kennedy Center. FIFA's impartiality was now in question, its role as a neutral sports body deeply compromised. The Peace Prize for Trump ignited immediate controversy. Critics pointed to the irony. The award came just after a deadly U.S. airstrike in the Caribbean. Supporters cited the Abraham Accords and a Rwanda-Congo peace deal as evidence of Trump's diplomatic success. Yet, the video presentation exaggerated achievements, including a non-existent Serbia-Kosovo treaty and a ceasefire in Gaza amid ongoing conflict. The close ties between Infantino and Trump, including FIFA's office in Trump Tower, fueled suspicions of favoritism. The award was seen less as recognition and more as a calculated alliance. International criticism drowned out praise, casting the prize as propaganda. FIFA's credibility as an objective organization was now under fire. Human rights groups condemned the award, citing Trump's support for Israel's war in Gaza and recent U.S. military actions. Critics, including political opponents, mocked the prize as a consolation for Trump's failed Nobel bid. Former UN officials called it a shameful vanity project, designed to curry favor with the White House. The event was seen as a national embarrassment, exposing American politics to foreign flattery and influence. International media expressed disbelief that FIFA would so openly align with a divisive leader. The prize became a global punchline, symbolizing FIFA's willingness to sacrifice principles for political gain. The incident raised alarms about the vulnerability of both FIFA and U.S. institutions to manipulation. Instead of honoring peace, the award highlighted the dangers of politicizing sport. FIFA's claim of political neutrality suffered a major blow. For years, FIFA punished players and federations for political gestures, insisting on keeping football apolitical. By awarding a peace prize to a sitting, polarizing president, FIFA contradicted its own rules. Critics called out the hypocrisy. FIFA disciplines athletes for minor statements, yet its president honors a world leader on stage. The move undermined FIFA's authority and raised doubts about its independence. Many saw the award as an attempt to curry favor with the U.S. ahead of the 2026 World Cup. FIFA's reputation, already tarnished by past scandals, now faced new accusations of political favoritism. The Peace Prize, meant to unite, instead exposed deep divisions and eroded trust in FIFA's leadership. The organization's neutrality now seemed more like a slogan than a principle. Trump's recent foreign policy record made the Peace Prize especially contentious. While he brokered a notable peace deal between Rwanda and the DRC, his administration also escalated military actions. The June 2025 bombing of Iran's nuclear sites drew global condemnation and heightened Middle East tensions. U.S. airstrikes in the Caribbean killed dozens, sparking outrage from human rights groups. The day before the award, another deadly strike underscored the irony of the honor. Continued military aid to Israel and a buildup near Venezuela further complicated his record. Supporters called it peace through strength. Critics called it reckless warmongering. The award's timing and context only deepened the controversy. The 2026 World Cup draw will be remembered not for football, but for the collision of sport and politics. What should have been a celebration of the world's most beloved game quickly became a stage for global controversy, overshadowing the excitement of the tournament itself. The night's spectacle, opera, disco, and presidential pageantry felt more like a coronation than a sporting event. The dazzling performances and grand entrances were designed to impress, but for many, they only highlighted the growing influence of politics and celebrity in football's most sacred moments. The FIFA Peace Prize for Trump ignited global debate, dividing supporters and critics. Social media exploded with heated arguments, while protests erupted in cities around the world. The decision became a lightning rod for discussions about the role of politics in sport. FIFA's motives and neutrality were called into question, with accusations of hypocrisy and favoritism. Critics argued that the organization had abandoned its commitment to fairness, while defenders insisted it was a move for peace. The organization's ability to enforce political neutrality in the future is now doubtful. Many wonder if FIFA can ever truly separate the game from the agendas of powerful leaders and nations. The credibility of FIFA as an impartial body has been severely damaged. Fans and pundits alike question whether the spirit of the game can survive such entanglements. The event symbolized the blurring of entertainment, politics, and sport in the modern era. No longer are these worlds separate. Instead, they collide on the world's biggest stage, shaping public perception and the future of football. Trump's image, gold medal gleaming, became an emblem of controversy and spectacle. The moment was broadcast across the globe, instantly becoming a symbol of the night's divisive legacy. The story will be debated for years, a bizarre chapter in both football and political history. Analysts and historians will revisit this night, dissecting its impact on the sport and the world. The draw united the world, if only in confusion and controversy. In the end, the golden trophy was overshadowed by the spectacle, leaving fans to wonder what the future holds for the beautiful game.